Morning. How you doing?
I know who you are.
Yeah, it's fine. You get my good side, it's fine. Beautiful weather today. I'm not stood near you, it's okay.
Get away.
Okay,
Get
I'm
away.
here. Okay.
Get yourself out.
Okay. Alright.
You know who you are.
Okay. Great.
You know what you've done. You're not welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice. Lovely. Lovely people. Thank you. Thank you. I know, it's fine. You do what you like. It's a lovely day. Okay.
You're going to find yourself not in the same position.
Okay. Okay.
You put videos out and start naming.
I haven't named any.
People which you do.
Okay.
Then we are going to deal with it. Do you understand me?
Okay.
Do you understand me?
It's a free country. You do what you like.
It is a free country.
Yeah, yeah.
But harassment is illegal. You know that? You can't hide behind
Who am I
cameras
harassing?
and YouTube anymore.
Who am I harassing?
You've got the weight of a lot of people now.
Okay.
Including local authority in Manchester Piccadilly.
Okay.
It's very, very bad.
Okay. Have a lovely day. Okay. Have a lovely day. Don't need to shake. I'm
I
still here.
know what you do.
Okay.
I've had violence, I've been kicked, I've been punched,
Good
I've
for
been
you.
shoved to the floor by you and your bloody friend. Do you think it's acceptable, Adrian?
I don't
Do
exactly
you
see
think
what
it's
I've done.
acceptable?
What have I done?
I've got plenty of photos of you.
Okay.
You.
Great.
And you know your friends live stream you. Oh yeah. You'll all do anything for bloody money, won't you? It's going to come crashing down.
Okay.
Come on.
It's okay. It's fine. It's a free country.
Yeah, I know you're going to
You
put
do
the
what you
photo on and see for public watch. Do you think I care?
It's fine. You're
Do you think I'm scared
You're
of you?
filming me. I don't see
Do
the
you
big
think
deal
I'm
is.
scared of you?
I haven't had a problem with anybody today.
Oh, give up.
It's
Stop
okay.
it.
It's fine.
Gaslighting. Stop gaslighting.
Okay.
Everybody knows who you are now. So does the MP. Okay?
Okay. Great.
So does Manchester City Council.
Okay. Sorry, I'm walking this way. Hello? Okay. All right. Okay. Is that far enough away? Is that okay?
Stop it.
Or would you like me to
But
further?
you normally all run into the crowd and push people about, don't you?
I haven't pushed
I
anybody.
know what you did at Fallowfield. You were arrested.
And?
Yeah, you were all
And?
involved in it.
And?
We've seen
And?
the evidence. Your
Sorry.
friends put you online.
Sorry, let's finish the
Your
conversation.
friends put you online. You're also a fascist.
Am I?
Nick. Yeah, you're also a fascist.
Mr. Fascist to you.
British first.
You mentioned that I was arrested at Fallowfield,
Britain
but
first.
not,
Huh?
didn't land
So
the
what?
fact that I was assaulted.
So
Go on,
what?
do what you normally do.
I didn't.
Do what you normally do. Run
on.
into a crowd, start beating people up.
I've never laid my hands on anyone.
You're online. Your friends.
I've never put my hands on anyone.
Online. Climate justice march. Climate justice
I know.
march. Climate justice march. Online. Evidence.
What you all reportedly Salford City Unison branch. Sunday there was an attack on Ameen who defended himself and now faces an investigation by this council. These are by people who have a history of hitting and assaulting people and then making complaints when people defend themselves. They try to get people sacked, they try to get people arrested, and essentially they're trying to stop people protesting. So whether you want to protest about pay, whether you want to protest against racism, whether you want to protest for climate change, whether you want to protest for human rights, the fact is that you have a right to protest without being harassed. And yet we have people here trying to harass us, we have people, and I think to stand up today and say we're not putting up with that, and we don't think Salford City Council, who responded to complaints that were actually put out by Tommy Robinson on his website from all over the world, full of violent, abusive, racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, vile, threatening emails and messages both to the council and to the Unison branch. It meant the Unison branch has had to close its offices, and unfortunately they have caved in to those malicious, racist claims and allegations. I think it's a disgrace, and it's great to see people here today. I'm going to ask Ameen himself to just say a couple of words at the start, and then we're going to take some speakers from people who are here today.
Thank you so much for coming here today. I'd like to say, I suppose, that all the messages of support I've received, all the solidarity I've received, you being here today, is so important, not just for me, but for my branch, for our union, for the activist group, for the working class movement in Manchester and beyond. And I've been overwhelmed, I really have. It's meant such a lot for me to have the support from all of you and all those people that have signed the petition, the MPs, the councillors that stood out for me and everyone else. So thank you all for coming today. I will say something a bit more about what's happened when I speak later. But I just want to say solidarity and thanks to everyone for being here today. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ameen. First speaker I'm going to take is John. He's from the United Secretary of the Manchester Mental Health Branch. Thank you, John.
Hello, thanks very much. I'm going to explain basically, unfortunately, because I got because of seeing Ameen and really just thanking Ameen for all that he's done for all of us over the last few years. It's pretty appalling how the treatment Ameen, this sort of treatment often happens under the sort of label of due process and appropriate action. But what it is actually is just kowtowing to all of these fascists and newspapers, and it's absolutely horrendous. We should be able to go into Manchester with our kids and go to protests, and currently the situation is that we can't even comfortably go in and put some signs up about all of these disgusting, horrible, really aggressive YouTubers who have the disgustingly liberal agreement to just to make money, just to show for billionaires. Yeah, and coming in poking at people, and what do the police do, unfortunately? Very, very little. Again, under this sort of inverted commas free speech idea of citizen journalists, it's absolutely ridiculous and horrendous. Real thanks to Ameen for standing up for all of us over the last few years, and that particular incident, I mean, I suppose you just need to look at the video for a few seconds. It does not require a big long investigation, and it requires a backbone for them to stand up and actually do the right thing, and not try to tell to these bastards. So, on behalf of all of our leaders of the organization, and I think there's a lot more than this. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Tom. I expect the lesson from the Unison Congress Regional Women's Committee.
Morning, comrades. I think this is a moment in history that we will look back on. It doesn't matter what Ameen did or didn't do that day. He was singled out because he looked like the men that fit the racist narrative that white women need to be fighting for the And we have to say really clearly that is absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I'm more frightened of Donald Trump than Ameen Hadi. I am more frightened of the right wing. Can we not get from the cheap seats, please? Comrades, this is an attack on a man who looks like Ameen, because it's an attack on all men who look like Ameen. But it's wider than that, isn't it? It's much wider than that, because they've written to his employer, and they've written every unison branch in the Northwest. So this is an attack on trade unionism. This is an attack on how we organise. So when I say that this is a moment in history, we need to be really clear. We either stand with Ameen and stand against attacks on people who look like him, stand against attacks on trade unionism, or we line up with the right wing. There is no Switzerland in this argument. Absolutely not.
Thank you very much, Leslie. Our next speaker is going to be John Warmisham, who's one of the councillors here at Salford City Council.
Good morning, everybody. Well, comrades, it's really great that so many of you come out so early and look to sunny Salford on this morning. What I've got to say is, I've been a councillor in this place for 35 years, and never in those 35 years have I known something like this that's happened. I just find it absolutely appalling of how we kowtow to right-wing lobbying and the non-sustainable job. Such a net blinding soul fighting for refugees, for anti-Palestine, everything you can think of as a trade unionist, has always been down to the members, he's a strong person, that capacity is absolute disgrace. But to see an MP attacked by right-wing YouTubers is just horrible. You know, what they do around people now, what they do around how it's protest, you know, and to try and what I will say is that our stood up and been strong, and we've got to stand up and be strong, because if it wasn't for people like us, ordinary refugees, asylum seekers, trans people, who just be walked all over, they'd have no rights, nothing. So the more that we do this, the more that we have to. And that's how I was at a meeting with Ameen a couple of weeks ago, where we were looking at hate crime.
International Women's Day. They can't even stand on their own pro-LGBT and feminist principles. There's more interest in protecting their own. So temporarily while they keep campaigning for that. Which is how they operate. That's it, it's all got to say the Olympic. You know what I mean?
Thank you very much, John. People need to let you know that they have to stop. So people can to go off to work. But I think it's a positive development that people are just like what the council is a good time to actually come and talk and hear why we're here. I'm going to take from Black Members Officer in Salford Civic Centre to speak next.
You don't have someone to talk to who would always check on you as a vulnerable person, going through enough. Then, why are we not? Engrossed with their rhetoric and the fact that they don't want migrants, refugees, they have been so aggressive, full of tyrants that we don't even know where to turn to. Unfortunately, few people like Ameen around us that stood by us, face with partners with us, understand what we're going through as the migrants is not a chance. But now we are. I appreciate everyone here. I would appreciate that if we need more to be done for Ameen to ensure that the self-help society and so Ameen as much as we can. Because injury on one of us is an injury to all. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, thanks so much, Tyler. Our next speaker is Danielle, who is the Women's Officer at Wigan Unison.
Hi everyone. As Karen said, I'm here as the Women's Officer for Wigan Unison. I'm against the far right. I've done some solidarity from Wigan Unison. We all stand with Ameen. I feel it's really vital for women against the far right to be at the forefront of this campaign to defend Ameen and defend our right to protest. The far right the attacks on Ameen and Salford Civic Centre is just another attempt to stop us from carrying out our legal right to protest. And a lot of the time we know these far right YouTubers and fascists are saying that they're doing this to protect women and girls, but we know this couldn't be further from the truth. We absolutely refute the claim and the racist narrative that black and Muslim men are at risk to women and children, or that the far right are somehow the ones who are going to defend women. In the space of just a week, the far right targeted two women MPs, Sarah Sultani and Ben, I was there when Special Olympics played, and I saw how vicious
You know they all phone at each other. Committing crimes online. Oh, you're on the list.
I've just only fought tirelessly for years against racism and against the far right. I've witnessed this exact same group of people solidarity around multiple times and nothing has been done to keep us safe. They're clearly attacking our right to protest, our right to free speech and our right to feel safe. They're trying to intimidate us, to silence us. But we're here today to show them that we will not be intimidated, we will not be silenced, we will not stop protesting. We need Salford Council to stand up for Ameen, stand up for trade unionists, and to stand up for our right to protest. So thank you so much everyone for being here today.
very much, Danielle. Our next speaker is going to be Liz Wheatley, who's come all the way up from Camden Unison as the branch secretary in order to support Ameen and Salford City Unison branch today.
Suggesting
Good morning, Salford. I'm afraid I never thought I'd use it before 9 o'clock on a weekday morning. But well done everybody for turning out, because like lots of you, I've spent decades protesting, rallying and marching with Ameen, and he's always stood with us.
So he's been arrested in bail.
His branch has always
So
been the
here we go,
first to respond
so
when
you
we've
can
taken
see
action
there,
in our branch. So I think it's only right
investigating
that we
officer
turn up and we stand with
08
Ameen and we take action when
674.
Ameen and his branch are under attack.
Defendant
Because
has been
they are
bailed
under attack,
for the
but it's an
offence
attack
of a
that
Section
can happen
39
to all of us,
assault.
really,
Conditions
because
are not to enter
these
Piccadilly
people,
Gardens
somebody said
as
earlier,
defined
make their
by
money
map
out
due to
of
this being the
attacking
offence
us when we
location.
fight for more rights.
The
When we
statement will
stand
be
up
sent
to say
over
that
to
we aren't
yourself,
going to
blah, blah,
accept
blah,
racism,
blah, blah.
the bigotry of
So,
the Nazis.
thank you,
They
mate,
turn
appreciate
up
that.
and try to provoke
So-
arguments and try and make money out of doing that. And that's a real disgrace, isn't it? Because you think what's happened in Manchester. Only a few weeks ago, when Hannah Spencer got elected, it was a kick in the teeth for reform and the far right. And her election offered a bit of hope for us all, a bit of saying something can be better in society. And these are the people who want to say that things could be worse, that they want things to be worse. They want to divide us. They want to say that we have nothing in common. Actually, that win in Gorton and Denton said that we have a future, and the future is not reform. It is not the ICE that Nigel Farage wants to bring here. It is not the deportation of our fellow workmates up and down the country. So actually standing with Ameen is standing with every single refugee, every single migrant worker, with every LGBT plus person, and saying that we have had enough and we are going to fight for a better society. And that's why it's a particular disgrace that the council is suspended in, because suspension, as all of us who are trade union reps know, is not a neutral act. Suspension is saying you've done something wrong and we're going to investigate it. And that is an absolute disgrace. That suspension needs to be lifted immediately. And the council need to know that we are going to keep campaigning until it's lifted, because they are giving in to the Nazis. They are giving in to the racists. And we have to say that is not acceptable. We are the anti-racist majority. We'll do that on the streets on the 28th of March when we come together in London to say that we have more of us than Tommy Robinson has on his side. But actually, doing this today is part of that movement, a part of saying that we're the majority. And because we're the majority, we can win. And that means Ameen can win. So let's continue to stand and fight with Ameen and with Salford City Unison branch. But let's continue to take the fight to the streets and say that we want a better society. Thanks.
Brilliant, thanks very much, Liz. Next speaker is going to be Claire Cruz from my union branch, Greater Manchester Mental Health, the Assistant Branch Secretary.
Thank you. I'm speaking in a personal capacity, of course, but the first thing I want to say really is that our branch, the Manchester Mental Health branch, has fully supported Ameen over a number of years. We've worked very closely with that Unison branch, Salford Civic branch, all those units. We recognise the attitude unionist that there is, and the type of anti-racist activist that there is. And that's why we're sending a message of support and solidarity. We've worked over decades now that we've worked together, and over that period of time we recognise what kind of genuine activist that he is. Which is, of course, brings us to the point, why attack Ameen? Why attack Ameen? And because he is the activist, he's dedicated to unionism and an anti-racist. That's why they're targeted and attacking Ameen. We have to recognise what this is. Activity as the problem in society, in some way that when we challenge the far right, that's where the problem lies in society. Somewhere we're the aggressors. This is quite the opposite. We're trying to change the narrative. In some ways, if you are an anti-racist, if you stand up for the trans community, you're the problem. And of course, the truth is the opposite. So we have to recognise that Salford Council has to stand with us as well. an attack on one trade union is an attack on all trade unions. It's an attack on all political activists. So every time we go to defend migrants and defend our members of trade unionists, if we don't have the backing of our employer, then that puts us in a more vulnerable and weaker position. So throughout Ameen's long and career in local politics across the Northwest, he's consistently challenged the bad message of hate in terms of the far right racism, the message of xenophobia, misogyny, Islamophobia, Islamicism. These are the messages that we oppose. These are the movements that we oppose. And the far right trade to attack one of our leading trade unions to do so that he's the aggressor is incredibly challenging. So we have to call on Salford Council to recognise that they're also trade unions. Every councillor should be informed about ways the council chambers come out. Every councillor should be supporting the trade unions when they come in their path. And I just end with why we have to rally around. I think the fundamental of trade union work is that an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. So when they say about permanent trade unionists, we actually got a camera set up. That's why we're all here today.
Tell me, hopefully they don't notice it, but yeah, it's caught the whole thing.
Take a pause to take a photo and ask them to come to the front and face that way so that we can take a good photo. But we'll take that with the Daniel first.
I think sometimes there's a time where you have to stand regardless of what you've done, it happens to be when you do so. I think sometimes we have to take ourselves out of it and look at the things that are
Have you been anywhere?
You scared me after that. You scared me after that. I thought it was that crazy woman.
Crashing out her and everything.
Everybody was nice to me to start with, and then all of a sudden, she's calling you a Nazi, and it's mad. I mean, I stood here. She called me Aryan Front.
I never heard of it.
I was going to say to her, just because I took a photo of the Aryan Front at an event, does that make me Aryan Front? And the same here, does it make me a trade unionist? No, it doesn't. People like that. You take a picture of somebody and all of a sudden you're with them.
I know.
It doesn't make any logical sense.
He's throwing names at me before and I don't even really know who they are. Said they're your friends.
The thing is, if you have a conversation with somebody now, some people think that means you're with them. I could have a conversation with loads of people that I meet that I disagree 90% of what they say. But I can still be amicable to have a conversation in a group like with you. We had a conversation and we disagreed on politics. I disagree and shake your hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all it is.
I'm quite happy to talk to these people. I'm quite happy to be friendly with them. I'm quite happy to sit down and have a coffee with them.
Who's the guy in the blue backpack chatting to you?
Oh, he's Manchester News. I'm quite happy to shake hands with them and walk away and say, well, you go your way, I'll go mine.
Exactly.
But
it's the way they just shout out those slurs. And it is offensive. You get used to being called an Nazi. It shouldn't be normal.
It's said to have actually got some Jewish heritage, like calling me Nazi.
I was going to say that I didn't want to get. I thought I'd heard you had.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, give me a break.
It's a little bit insulting, isn't it?
Well, luckily, I'm not. It takes a lot to offend me, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I can see it. What do you mean? That's brilliant.
Unless we pick it up a lot.
I know, well, that would be great.
I'm looking forward to the photo.
I believe that
You're all going to post the photo.
Yeah.
Do you know what, I completely get
Try and get in it.
I completely get supporting it. If there wasn't footage and he hadn't been charged, I completely get that. Support people. But if I ever seen you do that to I
call
would
me
say,
out, wouldn't you?
I'd be like, no mate, that's wrong. I don't care who you are, I'd call you out. Anybody.
Everyone would. If I punched one of these women in the face on a YouTube video, and like proper punched her, all you lot would call me out and say you're a cunt for it.
Yeah.
But what gets me is they've abandoned their own principles to defend him. They put their own.
Shall I ask them if they want me to take the image for them? It's unusual, isn't it?
Alright, sorry, yeah.
Always the way, there's always somebody in the way. Show me in a second, won't you?
Yeah.
There's always somebody stood in the way of the banner.
Refugees are welcome here! 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 Refugees are welcome here!
Get a nice picture of me.
I don't think I noticed you.
Refugees are
You did a little bit.
Refugees are welcome here! Refugees are welcome here! Hands off of me! 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 Hands off of me!
Love it.
Shame we can't get the whole tower, isn't it? Shame you can't get it. I was kind of.
Not an easy job.
No, it's too.
It's not an easy job.
They'd have to be over here, wouldn't they?
Yeah, not with a crowd like this.
Shame.
You've got just a couple to bring with it.
Yeah,
So
they
you've
come
got
here.
like 30, 40 people.
I think that's a nicer image, isn't it? Especially with the clock and everything. Yeah. We're never happy.
Yeah.
There's always something wrong.